Hi, it's Gary Heasley, your host from the Conservative Voice. And today is Election Day 2025. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, it's an off year. No president, no congressional races. So why bother voting, right? It's not important. Well, here's the thing. It is actually quite important. What's going to be decided today are races like school boards, township supervisors, county officers. There'll be a lot of critical races decided today. And if you've been watching your taxes go up year after year, in some cases pretty extremely, and in some of these townships are even implementing income taxes where they never had them before. If you've been watching that and you're not happy about it, you know why that happens? Because you've got the wrong people in your townships, in your school boards, and in your counties. And that's because nobody votes in the off years. Now, a small turnout means your vote counts more than ever. If you get to the polls today, the odds of your vote making the difference in the outcome of a critical race is even greater than in a regular sort of presidential year or the midterm year we'll see in 26. So it's a critical year to get to the polls. You're going to be deciding who it is that sits on those school boards and guides your children through their education. So there's one more thing that gets decided this year that's a little bit strange, and that is this retention issue on judges and justices. So the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania gets elected for 10-year terms. In 2015, a bunch of new people came in and dramatically shifted the focus of the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. And if you look at what's happened since then, they voted to extend Wolf's emergency powers. They didn't vote to shut down or to rather stop the closure of the schools during the lockdowns. They unilaterally changed election law, and they unilaterally, without any real basis for them to have the right to do so, redistricted your state, which is clearly the role of the legislature. So what we have in the Supreme Court today are some justices who vote not in keeping with the Constitution of Pennsylvania. They vote according to what's important for their party. At least that's how it appears. And why is that? Well, that's because not enough people voted in 2015 to take them out. So this retention vote's a little bit strange, but you got to go to the polls today and make that decision. Now, the precincts are really close to your house. On a year like this, there are no lines. You've got the precinct staffed with your neighbors who are waiting to help you vote. And outside, you'll find a precinct committee person at a table who's there to answer your questions. You got questions about retention, you got questions about who to vote for, they can answer them. Now, you can also go to our website at keystonetownhall.com, go to calls to action, and you'll find our Vote No flyer where we lay out what we think is the right way to vote on these Supreme Court justices. Now, in our opinion, you should vote no on retention of Donahue, Dougherty, and Wecht. That's what we think. Now, go look at the website, get your own thoughts. Go out maybe to your Republican committee website and see what their sample ballot says to do. Get educated before you get to the polls or at the polls, and then go in and cast this critical ballot. Now, stay tuned, because we're going to continue to follow up on the outcome of this election. We're going to keep covering the economy. We're going to keep covering geopolitical affairs and what happens in D.C. So stay tuned on WWDB AM 860. We're on Fridays 12 to 2. And then you can find us on Amazon Music, Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. You can find us basically everywhere you are. So please find us on the platforms you love. Give us a follow, and we'll keep you up to speed on what's happening. Oh, and remember, when you vote at the polls today, you get that little sticker. I love the sticker. So please come out today and vote. We'll see you at the polls.